Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Crypto Coin Mindset. I'm Keith and I'm here to help you get your mindset on crypto. Tonight is Friday night, so it's Crypto on the Rocks. I'm sorry, I'm still having a little bit of technical difficulty right here, so I apologize for being all over the place right now. Here we go. That's one. Oh my goodness. It's like there's no winning here. I'm trying like heck. All right. There's that. And so how's everybody doing tonight? How's your week been? Kind of wrapping it up here a little bit, kind of getting through things. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Now we got it. That's better. All right. Now I am in a better sitch for doing this live stream. I got my mic a little bit closer. Can you hear me? Anybody out there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. So, you know what? I want anybody who's out there and wants to talk crypto to come on and join me. I'm putting the link to do that in the live chat. So there we go. Go ahead, click that link. Come on in and join me live. We'll talk crypto. If for whatever reason you don't want to join me live, I won't hold it against you. But jump into the comments and go ahead and, oh my God, this thing won't stop going everywhere. So much for no technical difficulties. I'm still having damn technical difficulties. You know what that means? That means it's time for a flip and drink. Here we go. And there's that. Yeah. There you go. Good. Guess what my drink is tonight? Oh, sorry. Can't control some of these noises that's going on here. But what are you going to do? So sorry about that noise. Got to do what we got to do. So let's keep it going. Come on, who's out here tonight? Don't forget, appreciate having you here. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, tick the bell icon, click the all. And yeah, welcome to Crypto Coin Mindset, Crypto on the Rocks on Friday. And as always, on Friday, you get to vote for what we're going to be dollar cost averaging into next week. So again, dollar cost averaging into LCX, HBAR, Quant, Stellar, and Cardano. That's the list. So that's what you get to vote tonight. As always, you get 2 votes. 2. So make sure you're voting. I can see we got some people out there. Welcome as you're joining in. Make sure you jump into the live chat and vote, please. Make sure you vote. We need to get some vote going on. And we're going to be, you know what? I need to add into, I am running way behind today. Sorry. I'm trying to get everything squared away. And then no matter how hard I try, I just, sometimes. All right, the voting roll here, because now the other thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be duding. Oh my goodness. Welcome to Friday, Crypto on the Rocks. Cheers. My kids would call this my old man drink. Let's see. I don't know if any of my kids are sitting here in the live stream tonight. But if you are children, if you are here, go ahead, chime into the chat and tell everybody what I'm drinking tonight. Come on. Come on. What's my old man drink here? All right. Anyway, we're going to definitely go over the market. We're going to definitely do that here. Let me get that there. And the other vote you're going to do tonight beside that is we got to start voting for what the next set of dollar cost averaging is going to be for the next quarter. And that next quarter, starting in January, you know what? Let me make that a little bit bigger for you to see. I'm going to also put it out on all my socials so people can vote on the socials. And then we'll start tallying the count. The socials hopefully will be on this coming week here. So if you, whatever reason you don't vote tonight, I would love for you to do that. Make sure you do it on one of my socials. So let's look at what we're looking at for the next quarter. And Bitcoin, again, is going to be a given in every portfolio we do. So Bitcoin is a given, but it will not be $15. We're going to still use the $25 premise that you can build a portfolio that is, something that you can grow with regard to only putting aside $25 a week. But Bitcoin's only going to be $10 of that this time. And you're going to get to choose from Ethereum, because this is Web3 this time. Web3 and gaming. That's what we're looking at. Sandbox, Decentraland, Meta Hero, Axie Infinity, Loki, Internet Computer Protocol, ICP, Gala. That was big in the last bull run. Engine Coin. They got a lot of new gaming stuff coming out. Immutable X, Illuvium, and Vulcan Forged. So if you're interested in making sure that any one of those are in next quarter's crypto portfolio, so starting in January, we got to narrow it down to only 5. Okay, we got to narrow it to 5 of those, just like we did right here with regard to this quarter's crypto portfolio. We narrowed it down to 5 beside Bitcoin, and that's what we're going to do with the next one. So have at it. Think about what you want. Put your choices in the chat. If you're watching on Twitter, you can't interact with the chat from Twitter. So make sure that you send me a direct message on Twitter, and I will check all that a little later on. So again, don't forget, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick that bell icon. And I really appreciate that. Trying to get up over 1,000 subscribers here, so I can start monetizing this channel. And if you are here, make sure you smash that like button, smash it up. I want to be telling the algorithm to send this live stream out. So help me out with that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's bring up hang on. Here we go. Let's bring up the markets and let's take a look at what is going on in the markets tonight. And there's that. I'm going to refresh that page to make sure we're getting the most current pricing. And I'll tell you what, you know what? Let me make this full screen for you. Here we go. And don't forget, come on, join me. Please come join me live here. Link is in the live chat. Go ahead, click that link. It'll bring you into the back end of StreamYard, which is the streaming service I use to put this video, this live stream out to you. And I will bring you on and we'll talk whatever you want on crypto. In the meantime, Bitcoin, 38,716. I'll tell you what, Bitcoin has been holding super steady, super steady. I can't even believe how good Bitcoin is doing right now. And you want to know what? I think we ain't seeing no bottoms any like below this anytime soon, or at least you know what I'm talking, appreciable bottoms. I get it. Price action is price action, but like to say that Bitcoin's going back down to like 10, 20, forget it. Those days have come. Those days have gone. I look, at the end of the day, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old bastard on the internet. Okay. You really got to go and put some crypto and Bitcoin into your portfolio at this point. Because if you're waiting to back up the trucks until it gets down into that, range below like even 25K, I'm sorry, you missed the boat, man. You've missed the boat. So get it where you can get it. Hence the dollar cost averaging every single week. Don't forget, please, come on, vote. LCX, HBAR, Quant, Stellar, and Cardano, ADA. You get 2 votes. 2 votes this week. So make sure you vote. I can see a bunch of people sitting out there just kind of watching the stream. And believe me, I appreciate you being here, but come on, jump into the chat, get some voting going on. I really appreciate that. That way we get a good cross section of people with regard to the voting. All right. Let's actually bring this back up full screen. So Bitcoin right now in that 38.7, that's awesome. Ethereum still holding well above the $2,000 mark. That's awesome. BNB, again, even with all the FUD, still holding above $225. Cheers. There we go. That's good. And for those who are regulars to this live stream, I don't expect Philip is going to be here tonight. He's got some family things going on. So as much as I would love for him to be here tonight, I don't think he is going to be here. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm sending out the join link one other place. Give me 1 second. Again, I just sometimes Friday nights I come in hot. It's like not a lot of things going on. Well, no, the problem is there's too many things going on, and I don't get enough time to get myself all prepped and ready as I can with regard to like the normal podcast that we have going on Mondays and Wednesdays. And bam, there it is. Boom. Okay, so now that's out there, so I don't have to worry about that. There we go. All right, so let's keep going with these markets. Let's bring that back up full screen here. All right, so XRP. I mean, I've got a tweet with regard to XRP we're going to look at later. And I mean, XRP has been holding pretty damn steady about right in that 60-cent mark right here, right now, 61.2 cents. So that's awesome for the XRP army out there. I'm a fan of Cardano. Cardano doing very well, 38.4 cents. Pretty steady overall. I mean, I think the opportunity to get Cardano back below 30 cents is over, unfortunately. I mean, I would love to go in DCA more into Cardano, but unfortunately, I think that's it with regard to getting it below that 30-cent mark. Chainlink, I like Chainlink. Looking at this, I mean, up 3.7% in the last 7 days. Most of that actually looks like about all of that in the last 24 hours at $14.99. Let's see what else we got. Matic 79, say 80 cents, up 5.2% for the week. That's awesome. Polkadot not doing too bad, $5.47 for the Polkadot. Cheers. I like Litecoin. Litecoin's slowly inching up there, 71.59. Bitcoin Cash, same thing. I mean, this thing is like a freaking stable coin right now. The Bitcoin Cash has been pretty consistently in that 225 mark, like forever. So I'll take it, whatever. XLM, Stellar, we're looking at 11.9 cents, so about 12 cents a pop. Pretty steady, though, all things being equal. Monero, I am a fan of Monero. Monero's looking really good right now at around 171.77. Caspa down a little bit, but up in the last 24 hours. I mean, a lot of back and forth with regard to Caspa. And I don't know if you watched the last live stream on the Matrix Money podcast channel. Link to that in the description below of this live stream here. And on that live stream, it was funny. People questioned financial failure because FF came out with a video kind of like pissing on Caspa, and they were asking like, "Oh, you're coming around on Caspa or not?" I thought it was kind of funny, but yeah. So Caspa, it is what it is. Here, let me bring this back up full screen. Right here, Caspa at around 13.8 cents. What else we got? Filecoin. I still think decent price for Filecoin, $4.51. H bar. I love H bar. And did you see that video I did? I just yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday dropped the video on how to stake your H bar, so you can get the rewards and extra income for doing that. And with regard to H bar being one of the coins you get to vote on today, I mean, come on, vote. Once that's the quarter is over, some of the stuff is going to go into a cold storage wallet, hardware wallet, and you know what my choice is going to be, right? There we go. Here it is. Tangent wallet. Link for that in the description below. But for those like that are stakeable, so Cardano, H bar, guess what? We're going to stake that because isn't that what you would do if you purchased it and you're just dollar cost averaging in? Well, you should. Why not? So check out that video. Came out yesterday. It's about 20 minutes long, give or take. And I talk a little bit about what H bar is and then show you how to set it up on their hash pack wallet. All right, let's keep going here. Whoops. Let's bring that back up full screen. All right. I am a huge fan of Thorchain. And look, it's up like a buck over here in the last, this week alone, not even the whole week, 18.8% in the last 7 days. And again, I'm very happy. I am way up on this particular item right here. Immutable X, that's one of the ones you get to vote on. Like, is that one of the ones we're going to be having in the next crypto portfolio starting in January? Only a few weeks left. The voting's going to be done by next week, and we'll have it set and fast. So get your vote in now. VeChain, I like VeChain, up almost 6% over the last 7 days. Quant, another one you can vote for tonight. Look at that. It's back up over $100. Yeah, you guys didn't vote on it in the last couple of weeks. So unfortunately, I ain't getting that DCA dollar cost down below $100. I don't think. I really don't think that's going to happen. So cheers, by the way. So yeah, up at $100 right now for Quant. Make sure you vote. Come on, get in a live chat. Vote. 2 votes. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know. I'm not liking anything else here. I mean, there are a bunch of other ones I might like. Again, Mana, Axie Infinity, definitely on in the sandbox with regard to the next crypto portfolio or potentially being on the next crypto portfolio. But you know what? I think that gives you a great idea. For the most part, it's the weekend here. We're coming into the weekend. So, you know what? It is what it is. People, retail investors, DCAing in and even FOMOing in to get into cryptocurrency. And excuse me. So if you're interested in doing that, you can watch live. You can, if you really want to, live vicariously through what I'm doing. But the point of what I'm doing, and make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. You've got LCX, H bar, Quant, Stellar, and Cardano. Come on, you get to pick 2. So go ahead and decide which ones you're going to choose. And we're going to dollar cost average. Matter of fact, we're going to take a look at exactly where I'm at with regard to or our portfolio is at. The reason you're getting 2 votes is because we're playing catch up. We started a little bit late. So in order to get to that 6-month mark, we have to do 2 for the next few weeks. And then honestly, it'll probably, excuse me, carry in to 2024. And right now, my plan is to in 2024 obviously continue with the Bitcoin DCA, and then instead of letting you guys vote, I'm gonna just choose Cardano and H bar, and we're gonna max those out as much as possible so we can stake those and earn some rewards. So right now, tentatively, that is my plan, unless it puts the portfolio way out of balance. So speaking of that, let's take a look at where we stand with the portfolio. Hang on. Excuse me. All right, let's see where we're at. right here. Bam. All right, so this is where we are right now with what we've dollar cost averaged into. Let me bring that full screen for you, and let's break it down. So Bitcoin, again, $15 of Bitcoin every week going into Bitcoin. We've done a total of 13 purchases of Bitcoin with an average buy-in price of 35,082. I have not even updated these prices today. I didn't even have a chance to do that prior to jumping on this live stream. So let's go take a quick look. Where are we here? 38, 7, 16, 65. Let's pop that in there. 38, whoops, 8, 7, 16. All right, so we've put in $195. The current value of this is more than the fiat we've invested. This is awesome. And this is the power of dollar cost averaging. And we got in at a good low price to start with. We put in $195, incurred $19.37 in fees. So our net deposit into Bitcoin is 175.63. We are up 10.24% given the price, because it is even worth more than the gross amount we've put in there. And I love it. I love it. That's perfect. All right, let's look at Cardano. 3 DCAs into Cardano with an average buy-in price of 39 cents. Let me bring that full screen again for you so you can see it. We have 72.169 Cardano. The current asset price, let's go look. What's the current asset price? Hang on, let me just do that. Current asset price of Cardano is 38,414. So almost what's there? 0.384414. Bam. So there we go. We put in $30. Our current value of the 72 Cardano is $27.74. We've incurred some fees, obviously. The net invested amount of money is $27.03. We are up 2.57%. That's huge, huge, huge. Cheers. Come on, everybody. Come join me in here. We're going through the DCA portfolio that you guys are voting for. Come on, vote. Come on, jump in here with me. This is going to go a whole lot better than just listening to me babble if you jump on in, and make sure you vote and ask whatever questions you got. Cheers. All right. So, yeah, link to join me again. I'm going to repost that in the live chat. Make sure that you click that. It'll bring you to the back end of StreamYard here. I'll see you when I'll bring you on. If nothing else, if you're not interested in jumping on live with me, make sure you come into the live chat. Much appreciated. Okay, so we're going to bring that back up. Let's take a look at the rest of our portfolio. H-bar. So H-bar, we've DCA'd into it 3 times. An average purchase price of 5.8 cents. We have 470.47 H-bar. The current asset price, let's go look. And we'll just type it in, make it easier here. H-bar. All right. Current asset price, 607.24. So 0.060724. All right. So 28.57 cents. So 28.57. We've put in 30. Again, same thing. Average buy-in price, $27.03. We are up 5.39% on our H-bar. And that's without staking anything with regard to H-bar at this point. LCX. Now, I'm going to tell you what. I wish Philip was here, because LCX has made some major price moves over the last month. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. This was one I was really, I almost wasn't going to let it in, because I really didn't think that this was going to be the mover. And again, if you live in the United States, you're basically shit out of luck with regard to LCX. You can buy it, you can hold it, but you can't stake it. If you live, let's see if I can bring it up here. Hang on. If you live right here in any of these countries, let me bring that full screen. Any of these countries right here, you can stake your HBAR. And right now they're earning something like 7% APY. That's incredible earning. But again, remember, LCX is a bit more centralized. So yeah, it is what it is. You got to be realizing that, you can't, all you can do is buy it and hold it. But given that, we've DCA'd into it twice with an average buy-in price of 4.29 cents. We have 421.5, and let's see what the current asset price is. Oh my goodness, it's up even more. 0.070314. So 0.070314. Look at that. Look at that. We've put $20 into it, and it's currently worth $29.64. Even with the fees we've incurred, look at this. Our net investment value is $18.02. We are up 39.21% on LCX. Holy shit. I'm glad I let Philip add that into our DCA portfolio, because I got a feeling that, guess what? This is going to be, it's going to be a good choice. Cheers. Put that ice back in there. All right. Full screen. All right. So that's where we are. That is what's carrying our portfolio right now. LCX is seriously carrying our portfolio. Okay. Quant. Again, Quant has moved up a little bit, so I'm thinking that's going to turn positive here. But just to review, we've put 2 DCAs into Quant with an average purchase price of $100.51.
Mike. Oh, it's me? I'm not sure if it's me. Let's see. It's actually my first time. Sorry, I apologize. I think I hear you. Hold on, let me. I'm gonna check the settings for the mic. Maybe that's the reason why. Background noise.
Oh, it's better now. It's weird. No, I don't know why I hear the static. Hold on. Let me turn up the mic. so weird. That's the first. Automatically adjust. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. I'm not sure if it's my mic or the. It's weird. I can't see. Yeah, I'm having technical audio. That's weird. Even though when I use it, it's still. I cannot understand. I cannot hear what you say. I can't hear. Let's see. Well, when I was trying to get into the your StreamYard, I just had to give permission to my web browser had it for the webcam, but not the mic. So when you speak, it sounds static. So I'm not sure why. I could visually see you, but I cannot. All the sound that you make, I cannot hear it. It just sounds like static. Yeah. What if I'll be back again? I'll try it again. I'll leave and come back. See what happens.
How about now? Is that any better? Is that any better? Is my mic better? You're saying it's his mic, but I just changed mics. Okay. All right, good. Thanks, Tech Man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Damn. Sorry, everybody. Didn't realize I was having some mic issues here. Hold on, I'm just gonna audio, just double check here. Yeah, I mean, damn. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Hey, all right. Thank you. All right. Well, I'm glad I'm better. Maybe that was I feel bad. He was saying I was staticky and he didn't hear me. So damn it. Diego, if you're still there, come on back. Maybe it was my settings that were the issue, not you. So I apologize for that. Good Lord, technical difficulties. Oh, crap. Anyway, all right, cheers. Where are my kids to tell you what I'm drinking here tonight? Told you it's my kids call it my old man drink. Kind of funny. But anyway, well, hopefully Diego comes back here. And Tech Man, glad to have you here. Yeah. Well, as long as you can hear me now, that's all that matters. Oh, shit. Shit. Hey, Tech Man, don't forget, you got to vote. Got to vote. You get 2 tonight, as usual. So LCX, H-Bar, Quant, Stellar, and Cardano. Make sure you throw some voting into that live chat. Appreciate you being here, man. You're a great supporter of this channel. Appreciate it. All right. And like I said, Diego, if you're still hanging out there, click that bad boy. Come on back. It might have been my settings that were the issue for you. And if that was the case, I apologize. Sorry about that. All right. Where was me? All right. So we just went through the portfolio. If we have to, we'll go through that again later for anybody that kind of chimes in a little bit later here. Let's get rid of that so I don't have as many tabs open because I'm getting all confused. All right, wait, here we go. Hey, Diego.
Oh, hey.
Now, I think I was part of the problem with the mic. One of the people in the live chat told me my mic was horrible. I swapped mics, so hopefully you can hear me now. All right, Tech Man, thank you for voting. Stellar on Cardano. Tech Man's vote for tonight for the DCA. Let me record that. All right, we got votes for those. Don't forget, everybody, vote in the live chat. Just going to bring it up real quick here so everybody can see. You get a choice, 2 votes tonight, 2 votes for either LCX, H-Bar, Quant, Stellar, and Cardano. What are we DCAing into? Your votes will tell the tale. All right. So, Diego, welcome. Tell us a little bit about you. I'm sorry, I kind of just doing my normal shit here, so feel free. Tell us a little bit about you. And
just saw your stream from last. I think it was this week's. Yeah, for your Matrix, your collaboration with crypto.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, with Crypto Jar and FF. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I was like, oh yeah, I was probably just checking it out, see how it is. And I saw,
awesome.
And I remembered, I saw the links, one of your links from the live stream. So I was like, yeah, I'll check it out, see how it goes. Because before because before you guys didn't have the links like for your rock on the rocks, I believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking for it when I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, I send it's tough. I try to put it all in the live chat. Some people watch on Twitter, so they can't even see the live chat. And then I always put it in I send out a newsletter, like a blurb to my group on my newsletter, because that way they have the links. They can just either watch or jump on in. So yeah, thank you for some days I do forget, like today, I get sidetracked and I forget. I really appreciate you being here. So are you from one of their channels primarily, and do you do mining, that kind of thing, or?
Oh yeah, before I started with mining back in 21. but I saw one of Crypto Jar's channels, one of his pages. I mean, his YouTube channel.
Yep.
Crypto Jar. And one of his YouTube videos, I saw that about how to mine. So I was setting up one of my wallets, and I saw his how-to videos, which was actually pretty good.
Yes.
And before Crypto Jar, I was following your friend Andy, which is a pretty big YouTuber.
Yes.
That's how I started mining. Yeah, starting to nodes. Then
nice.
Yeah. Well,
nice.
Originally for investing, I started with stocks, not financial advice. But yeah, with stocks, and I transferred over to crypto since it's very easy to make more money faster and quicker.
Sure.
Yeah, and like all those mistakes and errors and like rewards I learned from stocks, I converted into crypto. So I started in 2021. So yeah.
I was gonna say, so you've been around for a little bit. You went through a bull cycle and a bear cycle to start with. So yeah, now we're getting ready to go back into this next one. And I don't know, I think this is gonna be pretty damn exciting, especially with the potential ETFs and all this other stuff. So what about you? What do you think about that? You think this is going to be a typical bull cycle or what?
Well, it's going to be different than before because now with BlackRock coming in with ETFs, they're going to find like a mainstream bank for them because they're always going to try to like give interest from their investors. So it's what their investors want, and they just have to provide that.
Yep, no, I agree. I was saying the same thing. Somebody asked me in a different crypto on the rocks and asked what it was going to look like, and I mean, who the hell knows? You know what I'm saying? This is not. Here we go. Let's put that up there. Yeah. I tell everybody, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm just an old guy over here. But I really do believe that because of like you were just saying with like BlackRock coming in and all these other ETFs potentially coming in, this isn't going to be what we're used to as a bull cycle or bear cycle. If you ask me, I don't think that we're going to see like right now, we're used to seeing 85% retracement in Bitcoin. And I don't think we're going to see that. That's, again, my opinion. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about what's coming up with a bear market? You think we're going to see that kind of retracement?
Yeah, it's possible because keep in mind that financial institutions like JP Morgan and Chase, JP Morgan and like Citibank or Citigroup, what they call it, they're used to manipulating the markets, especially
You're right,
which is less regulated. They will do that again. They just as much as they can lawfully do it, like legally. Yeah, pretty much that's what will happen when this regulation comes into play more into the DeFi space too. But yeah, they will do the same thing again, just more like with less regulation on them. So it will happen. It's just it won't be the same as like traditional like for like stocks, like because there's laws in place to prevent that, so they won't manipulate the market. So yeah, in crypto is like there's more freedom. But if you're in the States, the U.S. government's more into like stepping in, like trying to control the ball of the game.
Well, sure. Otherwise, that's how they make all their damn money by doing that, manipulating everything. I mean, let's be honest. But you're right. I mean, think about it when you take a look at like the crypto market, right? I mean, it's infinitesimal in comparison to what they're dealing with on Wall Street and even Forex or whatever. It's like an infinitesimal market. So yeah, once all this big money, I guess, whatever you want to call it, comes in, yeah, I think we're gonna see. Well, I don't think we're gonna see me personally, I don't think we're gonna see once it's settled and the ETFs are running, we're gonna see that kind of retracement. But I think we're gonna see them attempt to manipulate it. You're right, and it'll be easier for them to manipulate it because again, small market until it gets in there.
When will begin? Like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, please go ahead. I'm sorry.
But the fun will begin when the bull market starts to when it starts to get pace, like gets traction. That's when the majority of the ones that were in the previous bull market will start to come in. Similar situations or tactics as GameStop. When they were shorting GameStop, bunch of retail were coming in. They're overpowering Wall Street pretty much. And that's the thing that will happen again because the majority of the money comes from retail.
Right now,
yeah,
right now you're right.
It was very powerful, one by one, just power in numbers, pretty much. Yeah.
Exactly, and yeah, that whole GameStop thing. Oh, don't even get me going about that. My blood pressure. But but you're right. I mean, and think about it. And this is I've done like for the last 5 3 or 4 months. I don't know if you've gone and checked any of my past videos out when you came over, but like I've been telling everybody, you want to front run the market? Now's the time. Buy now. Not buy now. Buy now. Buy now. And here we go. We're seeing a slow, steady incline on the price of Bitcoin. And could it come back? Yes, of course. But what's the likelihood of that? Not a lot. It's a small chance, you know, or my humble opinion. It's a small chance, you know. So yeah. I think there's still an opportunity for the retail investor like you and I to go ahead and front run a little bit, because once all this money comes rushing in, yeah, we're gonna see Bitcoin back at all-time highs like that, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's true. Power of retail.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the chance to change. I don't know. For me, again, I'm an older guy, so I think my children are all adults at this point. You know, I'm thinking my grandchildren. This is the chance to, like, you know, change their destiny, basically. Do you just invest in Bitcoin, or do you do a bunch of others? I mean, you're mining, so I'm guessing you're doing others, right?
Oh yeah, majority of others, just typical Bitcoin, like for like financial standpoint for myself. I know that you can make more money off the altcoins, those smaller market cap coins. But yeah, I have some Bitcoin. I even convert some of it too, like to get to USDT stable coins, and also buy other small market cap projects.
Yep.
Yeah. I started with some nodes like crypto passive income, and then other like miners, like a little farm too.
Yep.
Other crypto projects. Yeah.
That's funny. That's exactly how my channel started, doing stuff like that, and videos like that, showing people how to stake or getting into certain smart contracts. Matter of fact, some of them are still around, hourglass smart contracts with Ethereum, but unfortunately, Ethereum, the fees started going crazy, and they still, even with this transition, there's still crazy fees. I mean, it's almost not worth it with Ethereum. Yeah, that's so I understand exactly what you're saying. I mean, you know, I put in a lot of money. I've made some money. I've lost a lot of money. Holy shit. You know, when I think about it, but now my goal is to show people. Matter of fact, it's well, I'll give you this info, and whoever else is listening can jump in, because I've only got one set of votes so far, except for anybody that might be on Twitter. I'll go check that out in a minute. But basically, on this show here on the Crypto on the Rocks, beside bringing people on to talk about crypto, I also ask everybody to vote on a portfolio of whoops. Well, I didn't want to do that, but what the hell? A portfolio of cryptocurrencies that I'm going to use $25 a week to show everybody that you can DCA into crypto and have it make a difference in your personal portfolio, even your family's portfolio. And basically what I do, out of that $25, $15 of it a week goes into Bitcoin regardless. Nobody has to vote for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin should be part of everybody's portfolio. And then I have everyone vote on one of these other altcoins that they voted to put into this whole thing in the first place. So, I mean, I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. LCX, which is an exchange token out of Liechtenstein. I don't know if you're familiar with them. HBAR, Quant, Stellar, and Cardano. And then, so everybody basically, what I'm doing is every 6 months, I'm going to rotate into a different, help me, into a different DCA portfolio. Again, to show everybody that, you know, you can even pick some of these more outliers as far as coins are concerned, and still, in theory, come up on top. So everybody that's on gets to vote. So you get to vote. I mean, you don't have to jump right in right now, but you get 2 votes. We got to play a little catch up because I started this a little bit like late. So in order to get to the 6-month mark, I kind of got to do 2 a week. So what if any of those do you want to put your votes into? I'll tally yours with what we got so far.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm trying to figure out how do you vote because I didn't see any links.
Well, I didn't do it that way. I just tell everybody put it right in the live chat. Put it right in the live chat. But you're right here. You don't even have to put it in the live chat. You can just tell me.
Yeah, I know. The one that out of those tokens, I just know quant QNT.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Oop, dang, nabbit. All right, there we go. I'm sorry. What was that one?
Oh, from QNT.
Quant. Okay. And you got one more vote.
Oh, it's
Whatever you want. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but
yeah, I'm trying to see which one. Stellar.
that's a Stellar. Okay. You got it. All right. So right now we have a couple of votes for Stellar. So Stellar's in the lead. We have one for Quant, one for ADA, Cardano. So everybody else, I know we still got some people in the stream here. Make sure you vote, throw it in the live chat, and let's keep diversifying that vote. And again, if you're on Twitter, I know you can't access the live chat on Twitter, so just send me a direct message, and I promise I'll go check that out before we tally the vote. I'd like to close the voting in about 40 minutes. So come on, vote. Let me know what you're thinking. All right. Again, this is a bring somebody on and let them control the show kind of thing. So talk to me. What else would you like to talk about crypto related? Or not even, I guess, technically.
Well, when did you start crypto?
Okay. Early 2017. Myself and a couple of guys I was working with started talking like, man, we gotta do something to make a little extra money, make ends meet. And one of the guys said to me, he's like, well, why don't we just mine Bitcoin? And I was just like, what? Why would I want to mine Bitcoin? Now, at that point, I had heard about Bitcoin. I'll back up on that a little bit. Probably, I think it was like late 2010, 2011. Someone tried to introduce me to Bitcoin, and I was very rude. Pulled money out of my pocket and was basically like, "This is money. That's not money," And again, every time I tell this story, I say the same thing. If you're listening, I apologize. I should have listened. Anyway, again, fast forward to that, beginning of 2017, we were having that conversation, and he's like, yeah, and then we can maybe invest in altcoins. And I had no clue what the freaking altcoin was. So I started down the rabbit hole, and that was it. I was hooked once I started down the rabbit hole. And yeah, we did mining for a little while, built our own rigs and that kind of thing. And I was just taking in anything I could find, any kind of information I could find about cryptocurrency, about blockchain, and we were doing investing. We would get together, we'd pool our money, and I'd go in, we do investing, and it ran up to the all-time high, and that's where we made some money. Honestly, one of the first things we made money on was EOS, of all things. And we got in, it was like less than $1, and I ended up selling over 15 when I was at over $15, and so yeah, knock on wood for that. That was good. But as we went into the bear market, my two buddies kind of went on other ventures. They started a different business, and I wasn't interested in that. And they were basically done with crypto because we were in the bear market at that point. So all that money we were putting in basically wasn't worth shit in the bear market. So they wanted to walk away from that. So I literally bought them out, and I've been kind of running this ever since. Website, YouTube channel. Honestly, I was primarily doing the website for the longest time because even though I've had the YouTube channel since, actually, holy crap, it's December, right? So December of 2017. And I've, within the last 8 months, changed things around completely. And as much as I still try to keep stuff going on the website because it's good reference material for people, coming in, I want to help people learn as they're coming in. I've been focusing on YouTube and trying to educate people through YouTube, mostly through live streams, but also through videos. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of other shit in between there, but that kind of gives you the idea, of where it all started. So basically self-educating myself, and now trying to just shortcut people and try and help them to not make the same mistakes I did. Because like I said, I'm telling you about the EOS money I made, but I lost a lot of money too, a lot of scams, a lot of rug pulls. You came in, you said in 21, so you missed the whole BitConnect and all that other baloney. I mean, you may have heard about it, but lucky for you, you didn't get taken by it. But there was all that kind of stuff. I mean, there still is to some degree, right? So, but yeah, I'm hoping that by me putting this information out there and so on, it will help other people to be able to, like, again, avoid the minefields that I found myself in and had to figure my way out of. In a nutshell. In a nutshell. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy this. I can talk about crypto all freaking day long. You know what I mean? It's funny. Like I said, all my kids are older. They don't listen to me. There might be a couple of them listening in the background right now. And if you're out there, come on, go in the chat there. But they every once in a while they'll actually pop on here. To be honest, I shouldn't say that. But they I don't know if they truly get it. But whether they do or don't, that's why I focus right now. I focus on putting money aside. Matter of fact, did you catch that live stream we did with on the Matrix Money podcast, where we were talking about it ended up being buying during Christmas, Black Friday stuff, and then we were talking about giving crypto as gifts. Did you catch that one?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, all right. I talked about, that's what I do. My grandkids, that's part of their birthday gift. That's part of their like Christmas gift. That's just what it is. And like I mentioned in that particular stream, one of my nephews got married. I gave him cash because you got to spend the cash, but I gave him Bitcoin too. It's like, dude, here, I explained it to him, have him set up a wallet, did the whole nine, and I told him, listen, sit on this, forget you got it. Because eventually you're going to be like, holy shit, that's going to be worth more than whatever you're going to get from cash from me right now, when it's all said and done. What about you? Have you like gifted cryptocurrency to people or stuff like that?
No, the only person in crypto is just me. I'm the only one.
Just you.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much like a lone wolf. So it's like pretty much the same thing. Like I'm trying to like tell my cousins that they're younger, like 20, 19. They're like, oh yeah, but they're 20, so they're like, when you're that young, they don't know shit, so they don't know anything. So that's how it is. Like, because I remember when I was that age, I was like, if somebody told me like, oh, okay, I'll listen. If somebody told me like, oh, do this, do that, like somebody guided me, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Yep.
Nobody did that. Like I would assume it's like my uncles or anything, like my aunts, but nobody did that. Or all I did was I just pretty much self-taught myself and how to like invest, save for the future, plan for the future. Especially when you're young, you always take advantage of that. But I just do that myself. So
time's on your side.
Yeah, exactly. Because when I was in school, because I was learning electrical, when I was studying trade for the trade, the teacher always told us like, oh, once you finish from here and you start working, you'll earn quite a bit of money. So you want to start saving. Nobody thinks about this, but they said future. So I was like, okay, I'll start investing in it. Because once you earn, it's always better to like save some money for the future. Yeah, and it's so far like we're students, we're electrical students, so we're like, oh, what should we invest? Because we're so young back then. And I was like, okay, so a group of us like students were like, okay, what should we invest in? Like, oh, this small company we found, it was tiny back then, like 2013 I think, or 14. We started like checking out this company, especially for electrical, like because we look electric motors were very efficient. But we're like, oh yeah, it could bring to a vehicle, like a drivetrain or a pickup or a sedan. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, so we started putting some money into that, and it was very risky. Yeah, we could have gone to zero. So, we like started putting a little bit, a couple of $1,000 in like from our FAFSA money, since we're college students, so we're broke.
Yeah.
So we're slowly investing in like trying to buy like used textbooks, because that's all we trying to pretty much penny pinch as much as we could squeeze out to buy the stock.
Yep.
And like little by little, we started doing that. And at the same time, the company was also going down, but it also grew. But since it was small, it was like more risky. So was most of it's like high risk and less than a reward. But we were still doing it since we were progressing in our semesters for electrical. Like you could get a degree too, but at the time I didn't know electricians could get like a degree. But yeah, we were going to that, and we're still saving, and then we finished. Then we're like, some of us would like put more than others, and it was good because later on, like a couple of years ago, then pretty much all the fruits of our labor, like for investing it blossomed into a good amount. And that back then they didn't know what the company was, but now people know about it. But back then they didn't even think about it.
It was just like a startup. Yeah,
exactly. But now it's good. So like so far, yeah, and it's blossomed to good. So
nice. I'm glad to hear that. That's good. Yeah, I mean, everybody. I guess everybody's got to have their own, journey on things. But I mean, I don't know about you. I try to learn it before I'm doing it. And that's new to me. I'm not going to lie, because I was that guy that would be like, what? Yeah, I can make $1 million. Sure. Here, and throwing that money in there. And now after losing a bunch of money, I realized that, okay, maybe that's not a good strategy. And, but then it's also beyond that to me, because, I'm not anti like stocks and that kind of thing. But like, I don't know. I see that. Let's put it this way. I am heavily weighted in cryptocurrency. There's like, I have almost no like stocks, that kind of thing. I really don't. I kind of sold all that out years ago. And the only other thing I hold is gold. Because I mean, gold's been money forever, right? I mean, it's just what it is. To me, that's the best way to diversify. And again, wait, where's my little link here? Not financial advice, not financial advice, or whatever. But like, I look at it, and it's kind of funny. You watched on the Matrix Money podcast when we Crypto Jar and FF and I talk in the background, and I'm hoping, they said they're going to try and join in, so I hope they kind of join in tonight. But when we talk in the background before we actually get on the live stream, it's kind of funny. We all look at things from a completely different perspective, like not only age, because those guys are close in age in comparison to me, but like, backgrounds, that kind of thing. And it's so funny, because I'll mention something and then I'll say, yeah, because like in the 70s when this happened, and they just look at me like, yeah, okay. Yeah, but it's like, to me, it's a repeating cycle. And that's why, to circle back to this whole thing, I know I'm going off on a tangent. I do that sometimes. Feel free to just tell me to shut the hell up. But when I look at that diversification, listen, that was the thing back in the 70s. It was all about silver, gold, stuff like that. When everything was going on with the inflation and so on and so forth, which is by no means even close to what we got going on today. I mean, look at today. Holy crap. Now, not that I'm trying to dox you or anything, but do you live in the United States?
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. Very good. Very good. Well, I mean, so I mean, you go to the store and it's easy to feel the pinch. I mean, the groceries alone, never mind gas or whatever, depending on where you live, obviously, it's like you just got to be like, holy crap. It's funny. I was reading a report, something about that. What was it? I don't know. I was half asleep reading it this morning, and I was like, oh shit, here we go again. It basically, again, like thinking back to when I was a kid, and this was already happening before, except now it's worse. Yeah. Sorry, that was my long-winded way of agreeing with you on all that stuff. So appreciate your input, and I that's why I hope a lot of people come on here. And sometimes we do. We may have 3-4 different people on here, and again, those backgrounds mean a lot, because again, everybody is coming at it from a different level. Like, again, for me, it's been 6-7 years in this space, and then you're like 3-4 years at this point. And sometimes I have a friend named Philip who joins in. He's been in the space maybe a year. You know what I mean? So he has a completely different perspective to it than I do. So if you're listening, come on in and join us. Let's get your 2 cents in this. Appreciate it. Looks like we got a steady group of watchers right now, but nobody wants to come and join in. I would love to have you. I know you've been putting it off, Tech Man, but come on, come join us there. I would love to have you join. I don't know. I've done enough talking. Your turn.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. When I started with crypto, it was like January 1st. Remember when Dogecoin was at 1 cent?
Okay.
There was like, because Elon was like tweeting about it, I think, back then, and it was pretty lot of FOMO. So I remember I was like, I put like $1,000 in.
Nice.
A lot of people were because at the time I was like, I had more overtime, so I was able to actually put that amount. And then I was like, okay, I just put see what happens. Because other buddy of mine, my coworkers, also putting more, but they were like, okay, let's see how it goes. And then I'm not sure, but I don't remember, but it was because it was a couple years ago. But it was like when I saw the transaction, because I was doing it by Robinhood at the time. Robinhood was only where you do crypto in the US, so we did it that way. And then I withdrew. I think I made like 7,000 on it. So
nice.
It was net profit, yeah. But then I realized capital gains. So
yeah.
Okay. Because it was a short-term transaction, so it's gonna be more expensive. But that was my first time in crypto, my first transaction of crypto. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Then I started doing, but less now. So I'm trying to save more money. But yeah, then that's how my first step in the door for crypto. January 1st for Dogecoin. Yeah.
I was gonna say, but you made out pretty well if you held there, right? I mean, because the Doge went up there for quite a ways. So
yeah, I went up. I think it was like over 60 cents. But yeah, a lot of people were selling. There was like this article, this Dogecoin millionaire. He put quite a bit, but he was holding. That was his issue. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You got to take some profits, otherwise you just lose it all. Unfortunately, I mean that's the name of the game. And I was like that though. I mean I can't throw any shade about that because I used to just ride it up, ride it down, ride it up, ride it. Hell, so I still got some bags that I rode up and it's still sitting there, you know. Yeah, you gotta. So you did good. You gotta. You took some profits. So that's a that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm glad. Yeah, but the capital gains, they got to get their pound of flesh, man. Don't.
Also depends on the state you're in.
Yeah, so that's right.
State, yeah.
That's true. I was just thinking federal. I wasn't even thinking state tax.
States too, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I understand. I got eaten up during the end of the last bull cycle on some capital gains because I needed to don't get me going. I needed to sell some Bitcoin. I needed to sell some crypto, and it was. I'm still hurting. I'm still licking my wounds from the capital.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
On
it's
that,
good to have a business too to tax write-off.
Yeah, right. You got to try to. That's a good point. If you can take losses on crypto, I mean, they allow you to do that, and depending on how crazy you are with your, these altcoins or whatever, you might be able to take some losses there to offset some of those capital gains. Yep. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I drive my poor financial guy that does my taxes. Yeah. Oh my God. I messaged him the other day. He didn't even want to get back to me. I'm like,
transaction.
It's like, but you got to, well, you know what I was telling him the other day? Cause it's so funny. Oh my God, you're going to love this. So about, I don't know, I think it was March when we had the issues with the banks, remember? And the banks were starting to fail and this and that. So it was maybe a few weeks after that. He sends me a message. He's like, Keith, I just got to tell you, you got to be careful. Everything I hear, Bitcoin's going to zero. And I started laughing, he was being, and I started laughing because I knew better, but like, he was being truly sincere. He thought he was like giving me the 411. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was like, warning me. And after I got done laughing, I messaged him back. I said, listen, I appreciate the info. I said, but honestly, I'd be more worried about the banks if I was you. I'd be investing in Bitcoin. But thank you. I appreciate it. And so with that thought in mind, and again, he's an older guy. He's actually a little bit older than I am. But he's been doing taxes for years. This whole crypto thing is just like for him. You know what I mean? And I wanted to give him the heads up because now with the ETF potentially coming, ETFs coming, and so on and so forth, he's going to have other clients undoubtedly. I mean, hell, you can have a Bitcoin IRA at this point, who are going to have exposure to Bitcoin. And like, you really need to wrap your head around this. And so I kind of laid it all out. I gave him a couple of articles to go and read, like the whole thing with Franklin Templeton. Did you see that where they're just they're doing the the comments. So like the SEC is reviewing the application and citizens can like send comments about the application. So they're in that process right now. Matter of fact, I think I just saw a tweet earlier today that the deadline to get your comments in is like January 5th or something like that. But so I sent him that information. So like he was aware of it. So, and yeah, like I said, he didn't even get back to me. He's probably looking at it going, oh my loving God, but, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you see, and maybe you haven't had the experience, but do you see like an age gap kind of scenario when it comes to stuff like this? Have you experienced any of that?
Well, most of the younger generation, they don't seem to know about it. Like,
you're right.
Because it's all generational. Because depending on what your parents did, you learn from that. But if they haven't done that, then to break the gap of generational like knowledge, like for crypto, it's pretty big. So you can't. Yeah.
No, sorry. I was gonna. Do you game?
What do you mean game?
Are you a gamer?
Oh no. Well, I used to like Counter-Strike, but not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is because that's how my youngest son, learned about crypto, was through gaming.
Oh, see.
And so that's why I'm thinking, okay, well, there's a generational thing. And matter of fact, I did an entire interview with a guy who was talking about P2E gaming and it coming on the blockchain. So that's sitting in my queue somewhere there. And I think personally, looking at it from that perspective, that like I think that's going to be part of the catalyst for people getting involved in Bitcoin, especially the younger generation who is like they're gamers. That's what they do. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's going to be a big gap. Oh, that's going to like bridge the gap for like gamers, for your example, because like you have to be interested. The individual has to be interested in a way that'll like induce them into crypto world. Because if they don't get induced by it anyway, or like without being interested at the beginning, then they won't try it at all.
I agree. One of the points that this guy who he's been gaming now for like I forgot how many years. He was saying that one of the biggest things was NFTs with regard to gaming, because as he pointed out, and I mean it makes sense to me, but again I'm not a gamer, so I haven't experienced it, that like with the use of NFTs, these blockchain based games now, you can own stuff, like literally own it. Like in the traditional gaming, you don't own it. The game owns it technically, the sword, the gun, the whatever. And he was pointing out that like I guess there was even one guy that got kicked out of one of these gaming things, but he still owned all of his like armor and all this other stuff that he could then sell, because guess what? It's an NFT. You prove ownership. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And that's the other piece that I think is going to be huge with regard to bringing gamers into crypto and the blockchain. It's not just what you can earn, which is what we were focusing on in our interview, but like you can also earn the actual pieces to the game, the ship, the whatever. I mean, that's a huge difference, especially if it's something like you're looking to play to earn.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, again, that's my old perspective on it.
No, it's true. Yeah, we're designing it's 100% true. There's always going to be some, like you said, perspective, but yeah, it makes sense. You can think it like logically and financially, like a business standpoint. Yeah, they will benefit a lot. NFTs, like certain privileges or ownership in this case.
Yes.
So like playing a game. Yeah.
Yeah. And if for whatever reason you're ever done with it, I mean, for whatever reason, then boom, here you go. You can sell it and actually earn a profit because you earned that in the game. So it didn't cost you nothing, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then bam, here you go. I don't know. I think, like I said, I think gaming is going to be one of those ways that this is going to help to roll out. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's the main way, but I do think it is going to be a very influential way. I really believe that like a lot of this NFT stuff, once it starts hitting the mainstream, I think that's going to probably be where we're going to see a lot of that turn around, a lot of the sentiment turn around.
Yeah, one of many ways, just gaming. Yeah, I'm also decentralized, like Web3, and so that's how I know mine.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where everybody's going, right? I mean, that's the future of it. I mean, and that's honestly that you bring up. You know what? Let me bring that up, because I'm setting up. You know, I say, and we dollar cost average $25 a week into this portfolio, right? Well, I am setting up the next portfolio so people can vote on what's going to be next. And part of that is I'm focusing pretty much on Web3 and gaming. So I'm giving whoops, I'm on the wrong one here. Oh, there we go. I'm giving everybody the opportunity to vote because we need to whittle this down. I basically got like, about 15 of them here. We need to whittle this down to like 5, like I have in this one. You want to vote? Yeah. Are you familiar with any of these?
Oh yeah, you have 12, and there you have. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean,
Sandbox.
Yeah.
You have Floki.
Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I know it's a meme coin, Floki.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of gaming stuff going on. I've noticed on their blockchain, which is why, because I mean, the same thing kind of with Vulcan Forge a little bit here. They're actually trying to go into the P2E space, and that's why I added it on here. You want the truth, giving you a little bit of my 2 cents, I guess. Honestly, I'm not too keen on Vulcan Forge and Illuvium, although I know a lot of people love Illuvium, and the same thing with Floki. I'm not a big fan of the Floki because you're right, that started out on the meme section of things, and I don't know if it inevitably comes up on like every live stream I do. I can't stand meme coins.
Most meme coins get their hype by the pipe, like the pump train. Like once it gets traction, that's when people are like, and also projects, developers, they start joining it because they like it. Also because
they like it.
Half and half.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
So it's normal for like to get traction.
I get it, and that's why I again, and I know there's a little bit of stuff going on in the chain with regard to gaming and so on. So I figured, you know what, the hell with it. I put it in there. We can always whittle it down because I mean, you've got major players here, with Sandbox, Decentraland, Axie, Gala. I mean, Gala was huge in the last bull market. Gala Games, So I mean, do you want to put your 2 cents in? I'm gonna just tally votes on the end. Which ones? I'm giving everybody 2 votes on this as well, and then I'm gonna actually be putting it out on my socials probably next week because I want to wrap up the voting so I can start promoting the ones we're going to be doing starting January 1. Any that you for sure like to see in that portfolio?
One to add or to vote on?
Yeah, to add, because basically the ones with the most votes will be part of it, the top 5, and then the other ones will just be out.
Okay. The DPR.
Which one?
Oh, you to add one, right, or to vote for one?
Yeah, I 2 votes. I'm giving everybody 2 votes.
Okay, to vote.
Okay, yeah. So you can pick whatever 2. Again, the ones
Sandbox?
Sandbox. Okay, the ones that have the most votes, I'm going to keep. And like I said, I'm tossing it out on my socials this week. So Sandbox, put that in for you already.
And Mana?
I'm sorry, which one?
Decentraland?
Decentraland, sure. Mana. Well, that's one of the first ones. It's kind of funny that I actually want one of those DCA coins, that when I first got in the space, I saw that and I was like, that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. And I held those bags for a while. I sold at a profit when it was all said and done. But like, I'm thinking to myself, I probably shouldn't have sold them. I probably should have kept them. But thank you. Okay, that's those votes. And like I said, I'm going to add it in to to my socials so people can vote. And I'm going to narrow it down to the top 5. And yeah, that'll be starting in January. That'll be the next one instead of what we got going here right now. This will be done by the end of December.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's just something I thought would be a little bit fun. Speaking of which, everybody, about 10 more minutes, I'm going to close the voting. And I'll head on over to Twitter right now, and we'll see what I got. Any direct messages for Twitter. But if you have not already voted, please, in the live chat, go ahead, vote LCX, HBAR, Quant, Stellar, or Cardano. You get 2 votes. So pick 2, please. So 10 more minutes. All right. You know what? You want to talk for a couple of minutes while I check my Twitter, and then I need to get enough. See, that's the other part of Crypto on the Rocks. I mean, I don't know. By the end of the week, I need a beer or some other kind of alcohol to get through. So, and you don't have to have that to be here, by the way. But I'm just putting that out there. You don't have to have that to be here. But sometimes it makes for a good laugh, especially the more I drink. But anyway. So I'm going to go get that in a minute, but let me, I'm going to check my Twitter. If you want to just babble on for a little while, have at it.
All right.
And you know what? I'll put you here. Let's do this. That way, at least they can see who the hell's talking. Here we go.
All right.
Have at it.
Let me change the screen here. Okay, that's better.
All right.
Let's see.
Yeah, you should have some controls in the back there, I think.
Oh, no, that's right. This is my first time trying it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, take your time. All right, so I got a couple of those.
All right, so I don't know how it works. Well, hello, my name is Diego. I have a little crypto channel. I learned this Crypto on the Rocks through the Matrix. That's their other channel that they have. Collaboration with FF and Crypto Jar. Yeah. I started crypto in 2012.
Just so you know, I got the I just whoops. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just got the tally, but now I'm gonna go get a drink. So you're doing
All
great.
Right.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
Let me get a drink too. All right. So here in Pacific time, California. So checking out the time. Cannot show the. Let's see. Live stream, education, and entertainment purposes only. Let me change my screen. Oh no! Wait, hold on. Let me change it back to the. Well, let's see if anybody wants to type in the chat. So, see, that was cut up. Okay, Southern Cardano, Tech Man. Yeah, I don't know what's his Twitter. I gotta find the link for his Twitter feed.
Okay, just getting back here. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Where's my screen? Here it is. All right, I'm back. I got my drink. My as my kids call it, my old man drink.
My old man drink.
Yeah, that's what they call it. That's that they never had heard. Honestly, I go to some restaurants and a bar here and there, and I order it still, and some people don't have a clue what I'm talking about. A 7-7. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay, well, it's an old that hence my old man drink, I guess. But it's Seagram 7 and 7-Up.
Oh, okay.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good. Anyway. All right. So we had a couple of votes on Twitter, just so everybody's up to speed here. So we now have a tie between XLM and Quant. And we still got votes out now for LCX. There was a vote for LCX on Twitter. And we still got a vote for Cardano ADA, which I think came from Techman. So what do we got? What's the time? We got 5 more minutes, folks. Come on, break the tie. Break the tie. Honestly, we don't need to break the tie because you get 2 votes tonight. But let's break the tie. Let's make it happen. Let's see what we got going. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, click that bell icon, click the all. And I know I could hear Diego while I was getting my old man drink here, and he was mentioning about the Matrix Money podcast. So make sure that you head on over there. The link for that is in the description below as well. Myself, Crypto Jar, and FF every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We're talking about all kinds of different things. So make sure you join us over there. Do you have a channel or a social or something you want to put out? By all means, you can throw it in the chat, or something you want to tell everybody, a place they can find you. If you want to promote yourself, you don't have to. It's up to you.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I have a little channel. It's a tiny channel. It's like Airborne 14.
Okay.
Or, yeah. Well, what's your handle? What?
On what? On
yeah.
YouTube? Yeah, Crypto Coin Mindset.
Oh, okay. So I was trying to find it because I was always wondering what's your to vote on, but now I know. But yeah, just to see it, to follow it.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying make sure you put yours in the live chat so people can go ahead and follow you. I'll do the same.
Here in the chat.
Yeah, that way everybody, it's an easy for them. It's easy peasy. They just click the link.
All right. Oh, it's better, please.
Oh, you put it. All right, you put it in this chat. Okay.
Oh, is it that one? I don't know.
Well, that one's for me and you.
Oh, okay.
Only you and I see that one.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. Hang on. I'm copying it. We'll bring it over to the other chat. All right, here. Follow.
Oh, I see comments. Oh, okay.
That.
Well, it's my first time. So, okay.
That's all right. I know you're doing great. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate it. It makes it go by quicker and better. And I know we had some people in the chat earlier. I don't know where they are. Come on back, please. And let's see. So that's your YouTube handle, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it would be YouTube.
Oh, it's right there. My comment. Right there. I see my comments.
Is it?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, well, yeah, I can't. It won't let me click on that.
Oh, okay.
For some reason. I don't know. That could be because I'm running the stream. That might be the problem. But let's see. I think I got that right there. So there's Diego's link. I probably should have put HTTPS there. Sorry. Sometimes I'm a simple guy.
No, that's all right. That's good. There's.
Hang on, I'm actually fixing it. Let's make it happen here. All right, there we go. All right, so there we go. So head on over. Make sure you. Whoops. I guess if I put it up on the screen, that would be better. Go ahead, follow that channel. Give him some love. And I'll head over there after the stream because this thing is spitting up at me trying to do it right now. So I'll go there afterward. And we'll make sure we follow. See if we can give you a little bit of love. You know what? Let me see if I can do it this way. Maybe this will be better. And this is the best part about live streams.
Okay.
There we go. There you are. Aha. Just back end into it. Oh, sorry about that. Obviously, I'm on your channel.
Oh, you're
right.
That's cool.
Yeah, hold on. I'll bring it up so everybody can see. Give me 1 second. It took me a second to be able to maneuver myself. Here we go. Yeah, let's get rid of that. So the link is in the live chat. Everybody, go ahead. Head over to his channel. Give him a little bit of love. Show him some interest here. I'm gonna kind of scroll around, see what we got here. Pre-search. I like pre-search. Fan of pre-search. How long you been dealing with pre-search?
I started in 20 when I yeah, that was the 2021, but it was
Yep.
actually a year before because I was with December 2020. Yeah.
Yep.
But when I first bought it, it was like I think December. Yeah,
Nice.
it was a while back. Yeah.
Yep.
But that was like I think technically that was still the bull run. So
yes.
yeah, so it was pretty high. So I'm not. We're now like in the negative because I purchased some pre. So
Yep.
I was trying to run some nodes. So yeah.
Yeah, I saw you got a video about that right here. Are you running the node now? Without me having to open that.
Oh no,
video
yeah, I run multiple nodes still, but now I'm
Nice.
like trying to like crack down on the exposure financially. Like less now, I'm like trying to because there's to run a node you have to have a VPS. So I'm using the most economical VPS, which is like $10.18, and monthly it's pretty cheap. It's like 84 cents a month. So I'm pretty much using all those VPS price targets to like keep running them. So it's still worth it because you still earn quite a bit more than the reward for the node to be a node operator, as they call it, or node runners. Yeah.
And I mean, that's what I was about to ask. I mean, how do you seeing on an ROI off of what you had to like put in there?
Let me check because I have the app. I don't know if you heard of this app, Delta app.
I am not familiar with it. No.
Oh yeah, they offer it in iOS and also for Android. It's free, so you just input your. It goes to now they do stocks too and crypto, but I just use it strictly for crypto to manage all my my transactions. So for Zipri, it's out of all since I started, I'm down 38%. But for the year, I guess I'm still down, but I'm still earning quite a bit just by the running the nodes.
Okay.
Also, I'm doing not DCA, but DCA on the dips for pre.
Sure.
So when it dips, let's see, because I have like limit orders. I don't know if you know.
Yep. Wait, what exchange are you using to do the pre, or which one?
KuCoin.
Oh, KuCoin. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Some US based customers have trouble with KuCoin, but I know from New York they have problems with it since they're more strict, I guess, on exchanges like KuCoin. But I'm in California, so the KYC doesn't fully apply, even though they recommend it, but they don't require it. I'm still able to withdraw, so that's a positive thing about KuCoin.
And well, I haven't tried since they started instituting that, but I did try to send some new customers there, and they couldn't sign up. They're blocking the US at this point. So you're still having you're still able to withdraw off KuCoin?
Yeah, I'm able to purchase DCA, and it's cheaper because I'm using their native token. So they give you a discount by using their native token. And so I've been holding their native token, and it's like 1 cent a day, I guess, the interest or the APY just by having their token.
You know what? I love KuCoin. I as soon as they came out, I signed up for them like immediately.
Yeah.
So and they've got some great coins on there. That's honestly where I get a lot of the altcoins that I DCA into. So yeah, no, I love KuCoin. When they started blocking people, I was like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah, luckily some people also like I don't know they're reusing a VPN, but I recommend them like use a DPN, so it's much private. They don't track your logs in case like for like legality of it.
Yep.
So for exchanges though, like central like KuCoin. Yeah. So
I always use a VPN, like everything I do, every device, every phone, everything. What about you? You using a VPN all the time?
No, a DPN, a decentralized I don't know. Have you heard of Deeper Network? I have the product. I use their VPN.
Oh,
so it's more just like a level up higher than a typical VPN.
Oh,
so
no kidding.
They don't track the logs or because you use the catch it when you use a VPN, it's much slower too. So for crypto or for the one that I use, Deeper Network, I use their VPN.
That sounds familiar. I don't use them, but that sounds like I've heard it before. Yeah. Can you access like put the screen up? Do you have access?
I don't know how to do the screen. I don't know where to go.
If down the bottom in the center on the bottom, there should be something that says present.
Oh yeah, I see it. I click on that.
So you can share, like if you open that up, you can pick like screen, share screen, and then you can pick one of your tabs.
Okay, so I have multiple screens. So when I click on that, does it show which kind I picked before I choose it, or automatically?
Yes, no, it'll then you pick once you get there.
Oh,
It'll
okay.
show you all your screens, and then you
Okay.
pick the one you want.
Okay. All right. Choose slide. So I share screen.
And then and then I think it says I don't remember what the green button is down the bottom after you pick whatever one it is you want.
Okay, so it's sharing. Okay, guys, I have two monitors, two screen, or I guess good computers.
Yeah, once you do that, I should see it here, and I can bring it up.
Okay. Let me log into the because I have the device connected up. Oh, connect like to record. Okay. Oh, I have to allow permission, so I have to give it permission. Do you see it?
Oh, really? It's StreamYard's telling you need permission?
No, for the Microsoft Edge. The web
Oh.
browser. Yeah. Let's see, choose. Oh, the tab. I see. Okay, the tab. All right. Let's see. Change it. Okay. Oh, I gotta minimize it.
That's okay. Take your time. I know it's when you ain't done it before, it can be.
Yeah.
I understand.
No, I have multiple windows and multiple tabs, so I have to look at which window it is.
Yeah, which one is what? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
That's why I when I'm done using a tab, I close it because like it gets too damn confusing.
Yeah, there's so many tabs. Okay, let's see. Close that one. Let's see. When we have multiple tabs, it keeps getting smaller and smaller the tab. So I gotta make sure I don't close it.
Oh, all right.
Okay, let's see.
Stop.
34. All right. Okay. I click on share, I guess.
Oh, I see it. It's popping up now. Hang on.
Okay.
There we go.
Like the URL you log into because my device is connected right now. So my device acts as the node. So the amount of internet that you're able to share or you want to share, you're able to control that, the amount of how much you want per month and like the speed of it as well. So this is like currently here in the States. So I'm in California, and I'm using other users like from like say for example, let's say China or New Taipei, and also from Australia. They're using it. And they're using the IP of myself from the US. So
Gotcha.
when they want to change an IP, they're using mine. So they're using it for that. But there's for the security aspect, there's filters on it. So they're able to block certain websites they're not like comfortable using, or like it's automatically. So
now are those settings that because you're a node are those settings that you can set, or is it settings they set?
Oh, some are presets and some you could add more, like blacklisted.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see for the settings.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so sharing.
Do you have an affiliate code for that or anything? I was gonna say put it in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Take a little love. It's okay.
All right. So yeah, you could share the monthly amount, the traffic limit. Since I have fiber, I don't really mind it, and also the farm. Since I have a high-speed internet here at the area that my ISP provides. I just put the limit order, the bandwidth to 20 megabits. And here's a sharing filter. I just have it enabled. And the amount of traffic that you're able to see within the 10 days. And then 15 days. Yeah.
Nice.
You're also able to mine, so the amount, because I'm sharing it, I get a daily amount of DPR. So like 164.38. It tells you the amount per day. So the daily right now it's 1.5 megabytes, and the amount I consumed. And since I'm on chain right now, I'm like I have some DPR staked. It says yes, in my credit, then my balance.
So is the credit like your
for being online?
Okay, because I was thinking like your credibility is what I was trying to get at. Like,
like a credit score. So if you're off online, I believe it's like 2 or 3 days. I think it's 2 days or 3. They take 1 point off or 2. But it's kind of rare for them to take it off because you have to be like off for more than 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah. So most of the time, unless you have an outage, but here it's kind of rare to have an outage unless somebody, like a car accident hits the power pole.
Well, yeah, right, of course.
Yeah, but other than that, then it's pretty much on all the time.
Nice.
And also, since I'm in the debt program, since we're also transitioning to not just staking, but also next generation proof of work, they're also having I'm a tester, so I earn an extra amount of DPR just by being on the program. And they're testing it for next generation proof of work.
Now, I'm sorry, I got to ask because I don't know why would they go from proof of stake to proof of work?
Oh, they're changing it now. So because of when they started, they wanted to get some traction on the DPR platform to incentivize users to purchase their products to become nodes. So as depending on the person's location, geographical location on the earth, they have to use they're sharing their internet bandwidth. They wanted to grow the network pretty much because each device is a node on network. So the more nodes, the more powerful their network is, and they're able to use it. So as they're right now, new products that they're coming out, they're able to also. That's why they're changing it now, because now it's so generous. In other words, long term, it won't be sustainable because because I'm at the tier 8 already, so I'm earning the full amount for basic mining 2.0, which is 164.38 DPR daily that you can earn. Once you stake, of course, you have to stake a certain amount of DPR, 100,000, I believe. Well, now it's really cheap. So back then when I started, it wasn't that cheap. But you're able to stake that amount.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. I like it. I mean, I have used for years TorGuard VPN, and it's honestly, I'm trying to find a good blockchain option because the one I'm using is not blockchain based. It's still Web 2. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love them. They are great. The speeds are, I find no degradation in speed. I've got plenty of nodes to choose from, wherever, whatever country I want. So I got no complaints with them. But I mean, again, crypto coin mindset. So you know what I mean? It's you need blockchain based stuff. So because I was looking into Mysterium for a long time. Did you ever look into them?
Oh yeah, I have that too. I have one node. I'm running one node right now. I use Mysterium, but you have to pay. The problem with that is subscription based. So as a user, I don't use them personally. I use the DPR one, the deeper network devices, because the benefit with them is that since they're Web 3, they're decentralized. They're not logged, which some people that matters a lot. But to me, not as much because it's okay. But for me, in the subscription base, that's what bothers me because I have to keep paying like a Netflix subscription. You have to for the user, you have to keep paying it. It's kind of like a nuisance because you have to keep in mind that you have to pay that. But in this case, for deeper devices, you don't have to. You only pay once for the device itself, and that's it. For the lifetime that you use the device, of course.
Yeah, that's my thing. I mean, I like the fact I pay in crypto, so and that's the other thing. Like you're talking about, they don't log that kind of stuff. TorGuard, same thing. They don't keep any logs. It's done. You do your business. It's done, and they give you the crypto option so you can be anonymous. And that's exactly what I do, to be quite frank. But I like what you're showing me here better. So make sure you stick if you've got an affiliate link, make sure you stick that in the damn comments because I might be joining up there. So
all right, yeah, they're having a sale. So when I purchased it, it was like a regular price. It was like $350. So back then, because everything was high, so they had to sell their products. So now when we're in the bear market, so everything is lower. So the discounts are even better. So yeah.
I was going to say, now's the time to do it because once the bear market comes, that's going to go up regardless. Even so, yeah. I mean,
it'll be less of a discount.
Whole market. I mean,
mine was 40% off. No, when I did my picos from a mining farm, they were 40% off. But when they were doing their Black Friday, it was some of them 60% off. Wow, it was crazy. Yeah, it was wow. Yeah.
Wow, nice. Yeah, make sure you put that in there. So anybody that's still watching wants to jump on, hey, I'll give you a little bit of ching right there. Why not? All right, that's good. Okay, and we got off on a tangent here. So hang on one second. Let me bring this back up right now. We got off on a tangent. So here we go. Let me just run and check Twitter. Oh, looks like I got something on Twitter. Give me 1 second. Let me go check Twitter real fast for any of the last votes. We don't have any last votes in the live chat, so give me 1 minute. Head over there and check that out. What do I got? I saw something pop. Oh, that's no. I'll get back to him later. That wasn't a vote. Okay. All right. So we basically have a tie between XLM and Quant, and so because again everybody got 2 votes, that's what we're going to DCA into each of those this coming week. So thank you for everyone who took the time to vote. I appreciate that. Our so remember, you guys vote on Friday. I do my DCAs on Wednesday. I don't know. I picked Wednesday on purpose because I was trying to get far enough away from one weekend and far enough away from the coming weekend, and was hoping for like a good price when I was doing my DCA. And I'll tell you what, that has not worked out at all. It seems like every Wednesday everybody decides, "Hey, I'm buying today," and the price is up. But I'm going to continue on because that's what I've been doing. So Wednesday I'll be DCAing, and I'll tell you guys about that on my live stream on Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And then we'll show you what we're looking at for average buy-in price this time next Friday on Crypto on the Rocks next week. So yeah. All right. So there's that. We got that out of the way here. Let me close that. Get out of here. I've been doing this for a while and I still screw it up. I'm sitting here with this. So when you're like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that," don't worry about it. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. So all right. That's good. I really appreciate you putting that out there, because again, I'm always looking, especially if it's something that's actually working, and it seems like what you're using with regard to that is working. And I am so glad with that. So glad about that. So yes, please make sure you share that with everybody. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, because I remember in Discord, in a different project, they were talking about it, that they're from New York and they cannot access KuCoin. And they were using
Yep.
Like, oh wow, yeah. So I know New York is pretty strict.
Oh God, yeah. Oh
yeah.
New York, I think of all of them because of the oh my God, that crypto law. I'm having a brain fart right now. Sorry, I've obviously had a little too much. That's okay. We're gonna. But you know what? There's a video a couple of videos that I found right before I got on the live stream. You want to watch them with me?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Let me share my screen here. The first one, Altcoin Daily shared it. I don't know if you follow Altcoin Daily.
Oh, yeah.
But this is, I guess, the latest Bitcoin promotional video from Coinbase. So I'm going to play this. It's about a minute long.
There's a system, Emma.
We're born into it. A system with numbers and papers.
And lines. And waiting. You work hard, get good grades, go to college.
I want to go to college.
I got good grades. I overachieved.
That's right, she did.
Debt is good?
Debt is so good.
So much debt. I can totally save up and buy a house and start a family.
I want a family.
Oh.
Starting a family means you need 2 or 3 jobs.
You can't afford to buy.
Oh.
You can't afford to rent. Used cars cost as much as the new ones.
Oh.
It's weird.
Good debt is
I
good.
was head of my class.
Houses are too expensive. Work hard, get good.
The system, the
Rent
numbers.
is freaking insane.
Breaking news. Everything is terrible.
Does it have to be this way?
What if it was different?
It's always been that way.
We've got to build our way out of it. Yeah.
Put control back to the hands of the people.
Not the bureaucracy.
A system with less paperwork.
No waiting. No lines.
Permissionless.
Just because you're born into a system?
Doesn't mean you have to live with it.
Yeah, it's a good commercial.
System, Emma.
Sorry, tried to stop it. There we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hang on 1 second. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I mean, all things. I mean, I got a love-hate relationship with Coinbase, but I mean, we need an advocate, and in the United States, and I mean, I got no issue with of all of them. I got no issue with Gemini, to be honest, but yeah, Coinbase, I guess, is going to be taking the lead here, and that's great. I mean, everything they say in there is so true. Like I just had a conversation, and I'd be interested on your perspective on this. I just had a conversation with like my second oldest son, and he you know, we're just chatting, nothing crazy, and he looked at me and he said, "You know what, Dad? I think I want to buy a house now." And I looked at him. I'm like, "Okay, so you know, tell me about your finances. Tell me about what you're thinking. How you plan on doing that?" And he's like, he stopped for a second, and then he looked at me. He goes, "I don't think I can." And I mean, you know, I went doing the dad thing at that point, you know, trying to encourage him at that point, but thinking to myself, like, you might not be able to at this point. You truly might not be able to. And he's about 30 years old, that particular son. And I think the window of opportunity might close on him with regard to buying a house. I mean, you look like you're younger. You don't have to tell me how old you are. But I'm gonna.
Your second oldest.
I mean, what do you think? What's your thoughts about that?
It takes years to prepare to purchase a house. It's just not like out of the blue that. Because for me, like it varies on the person, because every person is different because of their history or their present, and yeah, like so like financially, like one of the years like to purchase a house, it's you have to earn quite a bit of money. Also prepare in advance. Like that's difficult for each person. Like,
well, I mean, what do you think in general? I mean, let's just bring in my thought process when he was telling me that was like, oh, your generation's screwed, kid. You know, that was like literally what was going in the back of my head. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you really feel like, you know, the younger generation has that opportunity like people in this country had in the past?
Oh no, because people in the past, the $1 was worth more than it is now. It's not like let's say the boomer generation, they had it quite. Oh, the dollar was still in the gold standard when they were still growing up. So
you're right.
That's a problem when they took it off. So they just kept printing money after they took it off the gold standard. So it's not the same thing as much as people say it is. It's not. Like,
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
So it's more difficult now. It's much more difficult. Sadly, to say that the people who studied, like took out student loans, they probably won't get out of them because that's the only business for the U.S. government they have. Yep. So it's tricky situation with that. Because I know when I'll take myself for example. When I wanted to go to school, I know I didn't want to take student loans because of the crazy ass stories that student loans. People that had them, they were like struggling, even like for doctors, like high jobs, doctors, lawyers. Yeah. It may sound nice on paper, but financially speaking, they're in debt until like I don't know how many years. Even like doctors, they say for them, even they earn like 100K a year more. They take about the average takes like 12 years or more to pay off their debt.
Yeah, at least.
Assuming they start like paying gradually their loan, their student loans. So it's it's crazy. Like so I had to make sure like my field didn't get my profession didn't get replaced by a robot. So like to automation or anything like that. So look, but it varies on everybody.
Well, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. Now I will say, excuse me. I will say that this particular son has actually listened a little bit to his dad with regard to Bitcoin. He let me set him up on a Coinbase. I got to keep it simple for this guy. He's technologically challenged. So, but you know, he listens to me with regard to like, you know, okay, things sound dire. Maybe I need to listen to dad a little bit. So he let me set him up with a Coinbase account. He puts a little bit of money every week into Coinbase, buys some Bitcoin. Honestly, that's what he's focusing on right now. Bitcoin. I got no issue with that because you want to know what? Bitcoin is going to be the thing that's bringing it in anyway. So, okay, fine. I guess I'm going to ask you this question. I know it's going to be completely your opinion and that's okay. But like, do you think because for people like you, like him, who are like at least looking at Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, is that going to give a leg up, do you think, with regard to potentially being able to buy a house in the future?
Oh yes, like for example, not Bitcoin so much, but the small cap cryptocurrencies, yes. Because when you get there early, like from my example, as like Dogecoin, that's an example. That was only $1,000 worth of an investment, which is not financial advice, but that's what I did, and I was able to within like less than a week. I made that profit just on cryptocurrency. It's like riding a wave. You ride the wave, then you can make a small amount of money, like up to like a 500 purchase price, and as it grows, you could sell it off piece by piece, and eventually you start saving your bags, and then eventually you start. But you have to also be financially savvy, though. It's like that's the also. It's not just the mind. You have to have a good mindset.
Yes.
Also, yeah. Don't
Yeah.
have
No,
like,
that's very true.
Like emotional, like panic selling, because I seen that a lot, and it happens a lot in retail, as well as not just retail, but also like financial banks as well, because every employee has a boss, and so yeah, it's possible.
Well, you know how you were talking earlier about like manipulating the markets and stuff like that. I mean, that's what they do. They shake all these weak hands out of the market by like, prices dropping. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, we've all seen that. We've lived through enough bull and bear markets to know that that's what's going on. But like these people who don't have the risk tolerance level, to sit through that are just like, it's going to zero.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you're watching, son, don't take this the wrong way. But you know, he should be working right now, so he's not watching. But anyway, he would be one of those. I think the reason that he's not is because when he has that kind of fear and that kind of question, he comes and says, "Hey, Dad, what the hell?" And you know, calm him down, explain it to him, and you know, at the end of the day, you know how I started about this is why I try to tell everybody avoid my pitfalls, and even for him, you know what I mean? Avoid the pitfalls. This is the way you need to think about it, kid. You need to change the way you think, because they don't teach you this shit in school.
Yeah,
they don't. You know, they don't. And I'm not trying to get down a political thing right now, but like, I mean, this country, it's always since 2020 has been nothing but live fear to fear to fear to fear to fear. And yeah, I don't subscribe to that. You know, I'm too old. It's like, you know, fuck you. That's my attitude. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. And so, you know, my thought process of putting that out there like that is like, you know, sometimes you need a little bit of that in order to like, what's the word I want to like get some clarity. I think. Again, that's just the old guy in me talking. I don't know.
No, he's right. They don't teach it. Like, I don't know, Robert Kiyosaki. He says that it's built into the system, so they don't become financial literate. So it's the reason why, like, they don't teach it. Like back then, like woodshop, like they take off the trades like in school because they don't want them to go to that particular field.
Yep. They want worker bees. They don't want people who are gonna go and challenge them theoretically for their power.
Yeah.
Which, you know, when you have that kind of money option, you could do in theory. Yeah. How do I think about it? I appreciate, thank you for sharing that. I truly do appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm hoping, I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully things will change around, and when shit collapses, and I'm hoping Bitcoin goes up for him, and then he can decide from there, you know, what he wants to do, you know.
Yeah.
There's a couple other things I wanted to go over, if you don't mind. Are you up for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I saw this earlier. Where is it? Right here, which I thought was interesting. How's my screen here? Okay, good. Where they're talking about XRP being mentioned 111 times in the Federal Reserve document, basically investigating CBDCs. Now, I'm no fan of CBDCs. You're never gonna see me. You're only gonna see me fighting a CBDC. But the fact that XRP is mentioned, I think, is kind of huge. It seems to me, and that's what they hypothesize here as it goes on a little bit about XRP being the rails for that. I thought that was pretty interesting. Did you happen to see that?
No, I never haven't XRP.
Yeah.
But
I
regarding,
mean, go ahead, please.
regarding the Federal Reserve, for them, it's like, I don't know if you heard the game on Kala. They're
Nope.
one of many pebbles that the Federal Reserve, if they choose to purchase like said token XRP, could choose, or any other variety of crypto projects that are like to the level of XRP, because they have a lot of like power to choose whichever one they want to survive.
Well, yeah, it's like choosing the winner. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep. But I saw that. And, excuse me. I saw that and I thought it was interesting. And I know people. I know I've got some XRP fans here that tune in from time to time. And I got like I said, if Philip was here, he is an XRP fan, like big time. I don't know where he got it from because it wasn't like I told him to do it. Because he's asked me, and I've been trying to teach him, and so on and so forth. And yeah, I was invested in XRP back in the day. It was another one of those I made a little bit of money on when it went up to, what was it, like $3 or whatever the hell it went up to in that bull run. And but like, as much as I understood how it could be important with, what was coming with regard to pulling TradFi into, whatever it was going to go to, blockchain, etc. I don't know. I just didn't invest anymore. I still don't. I own 0 XRP. Sorry, XRP on me. 0 XRP. But their win, like with the lawsuit, I think that's huge for the space. Huge for the space. I mean, at the end of the day, it does bring positive exposure to cryptocurrency, or at least, again, my 2 cents. What about you? You a fan of XRP?
I don't actually own. I'm the same boat. I don't own any XRP. I heard about good things besides the lawsuit, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. After that, it was just like, again, I got nothing. Okay, for those before I get nasty comments or whatever, it's like, I got nothing against XRP, but I mean, if you own it, and that's what I told Philip. I mean, he got a good buy price on XRP because he ended up buying it on Uphold, because Uphold kept it on here in the US. And he bought it through like that whole lawsuit. So he got a good buy-in price. And you know what? I told him, good for you, man. You're like in positive returns no matter what the hell happens at this point. Well, even if it doesn't go up another dime, you're in positive returns. So winner, chicken dinner. That's the way I look at it. Okay. Do you know who Greta Thunberg is?
Oh yeah, she's a Nick ambassador.
Yes. All right. She's all about the global warming thing and she just put out this statement at I think it was the UN. Hold on. Let's bring it up and let's listen to this. Because remember, she's all about global warming, Bitcoin bad, blah, 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 blah. So I thought this was interesting.
Wow, I just read something astonishing about Bitcoin mining. I always thought it was harmful to the environment, but it turns out there's another side to the story. Apparently, Bitcoin mining can actually encourage the development of renewable energy sources. Miners are incentivizing green energy innovations because they need low-cost power to operate. This is mind-blowing. It's like a whole new perspective on how technology and the environment can work together. Wow,
Yes. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I don't think she heard of cryptocurrency before. I think they just gave her something to read. Maybe.
Well, I think she just knew what she was told to know about cryptocurrency, especially with regard to mining. I mean, because you hear the hit pieces all the time about crypto mining, right? Oh, bad for the environment, blah, 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 all this other stuff. These days, do you listen to the podcast What Bitcoin Did?
No.
You definitely should. Peter McCormack is the guy who puts it out, and I know it's What Bitcoin Did, but he talks about and has guests on that talk about so much more than Bitcoin and a lot of macroeconomic stuff. Like he has Lynn Alden on there, Robert Breedlove, all these heavy hitters who talk about this. But in particular, they've had a lot of recent podcasts talking about how Bitcoin mining has turned the tide within the minds of a lot of these people who are like, oh my God, Bitcoin's going to use all the electricity and like by 2024, to like, oh my God, Bitcoin is eco-friendly. Mining Bitcoin is eco-friendly. With them capturing like wasted energy. You've probably heard about that in Texas, right? With the grids and I mean, that's such huge stuff. So when I heard that thing from Greta, I was just like, well, welcome to the 21st century now, and Bitcoin mining here at this point. Where
the gas,
yeah, I mean the narrative, the negative narrative is dissipating. I think.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that as a miner? I mean, you do some mining, right? So what do you think about that in general? I know you probably don't mine Bitcoin, I'm guessing, but
no, that's slow. I do low voltage mining. It's like 120. I know the Bitcoin miners require 240, so it's a bit high. So I don't have solar, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, my mining is just low crypto mining, so it doesn't consume a lot of watts. Just a small amount. Yeah, it's like 2 watts per device. Oh, the Pico's it's slightly less. So yeah, well, it depends because you also gotta check their her backed, like because with every speech, especially for UN, they're always backed financially. Like they want to know what's the reason for
that's true
for her protesting it. Because keep in mind, big banks don't fully own Bitcoin. So if there's any political views to downgrade Bitcoin, they will purchase it in small quantities, not in bigger major like buybacks to like it won't show a spike on the graph. Yeah.
Yep.
So
right, because they're OTC.
Yeah. They're all like they want to purchase it, but they don't want to make it noticeable, especially in the markets where you could see the Bitcoin wallets when they purchase it and the transfers.
Well, and not for nothing, these big banks are sitting there putting OTC desks in place. Like, you know what I mean? They're literally putting the infrastructure in place. I mean, I've done so many live streams on this. I like could drop right now, but they're sitting there on one side going, yeah, Bitcoin's bad, and telling their employees you get Bitcoin, blah blah. I have a friend of mine who is very high up in one of the major financial firms. I don't want to dox him right now, and he and I talk all the time. And he's gotten so many memos that if you even look at Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, you're fired. Like he's shown me the emails, it's insane. But yet I showed him because it was in the news. I didn't have to go searching for it, where his company was actually setting up a Bitcoin OTC desk. And he's like, I know about that, but they're still stopping us from buying it. You're just like, what the it's this, it's like, oh my God, because they want the profits. They want I don't know. I mean, it can only be profits. Everybody's motivated by this, when you're in a bank, I guess. But it's like, here you go. Here's this guy. And I know this guy. He's like dedicated his life. He's close to retirement at this point, doing this financial planning for like hundreds, thousands of clients on behalf of his company. And It's funny. The only thing he was allowed to do, and he did, was invest in Coinbase stock when it hit the exchange, hit the market. Other than that, like I told him, listen, dude, I got you. I'll buy it and we'll put it in a wallet. They'll never know, you know. And he's like so legit, so like he won't do it. He won't do it. No, they told me no, it's no. And I'm thinking, man, you are shooting yourself in the foot right now, because you know your company is doing it. Why wouldn't? But he's, you know, sometimes people are like that, and I get it. No shade again, but like, how crazy is that? Like, literally, the company can go do it, but you can't. Absolutely nuts, right? Absolutely.
I don't think it's in his contract.
Well, I mean, it might be. I mean, I'm sure that they, you know.
I don't think so,
No,
because
but-
if he says he's like an OG, like he's been in the company for more than a decade.
Oh, he's been in there for almost 3 decades.
Okay, so yeah, I don't think it's updated. So they don't. Once you onboard as an employee, you sign a contract, but they don't. If they change any type of like disclosures, they change it. They would have to make you re-sign it again. So I don't think he's not allowed to, because they're telling him, because it's behind the doors. There's always going to be much higher up levels executive that want to like control, because if they let a wind of their employees know, it eventually the word of mouth will, so they'll try to like tight lip about it. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure when he's off the clock, he could choose his own. But
well, and that's what I told him. That's why I said, listen, even if you don't want to put your IP address on it or what, I'm like, I got you. I you know, I will help you. And I don't give a fuck who knows it out here. So, but anyway, but he won't do it. He's just no. They say no, it's no. I'm like, then you need to retire, man. So like you can set yourself up here. But yeah, I'm sorry. That just that kind of stuff just drives me nuts. Because it again, it's like a big. It's a big club, and we ain't part of it. We're just the little peons here. You know what I'm saying? And you may work for the big guy, but you're not the big guy. Is ultimately the way it goes. All right. I don't want to get down that road. Anyway, I want to share this real quick. I thought this was interesting. Jack Dorsey just launched, a decentralized Bitcoin exchange in Africa. I thought that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Africa. I mean, I read it maybe a couple of weeks ago, a stat that I think it's 10% of all Bitcoin transactions under $1,000 take place in Africa right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, the smallest transactions, but yeah, it's quite a big difference just in the one continent alone. 10%, that's big.
Yeah, 10%, exactly, one continent. I mean,
that's what's trying to tap into that the market share.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if you're a Cardano fan. I love Cardano. I mean, they're working in there. They got World Mobile Token in there. They're trying to build the infrastructure in the back end of Africa, because I mean, I get it. You know, you know, people may have a cell phone or whatever, but they don't have barely any internet access or whatever. So you know, building that infrastructure is huge.
No, it's already been done. I don't know if you heard of the certain like. I think it depends on the country in Africa, which country in Africa, but a lot of the infrastructure is already being built, or it's already almost complete, like the majority of it. Because
really,
I don't know if you noticed, but most of the infrastructure built into Africa, depending on the country you're talking about. China,
well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, China invested billions of dollars into Africa. And the reason why they're doing it is to get leverage on the country to extract their natural resources.
Natural resources.
Yeah, unfortunately, the general population doesn't know it, but like seeing the numbers, how much they invested, it's scary for the civilians that live in there.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. Just follow the money. When you follow the money, you'll see the contracts and the companies, especially Chinese companies, how much they're investing in there. So yeah.
You speak truth, my friend. Follow
Yeah,
the
you
money.
follow the
That's
money and then you see it where it's like the reality of it. Yeah.
yeah. One more, and then we'll wrap up or whatever, depending on if we got anything else. I thought this was hilarious. I put several of these on my Twitter page because there were several reports. But basically, SEC faces sanctions in crypto cases. The lawyers may have lied to the judge to get a temporary restraining order. Like, hello, no shit. That's not like. Of course they lied. Of course they lied.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they lie about everything they're doing. But I love the fact that the judge, I guess, has finally called them out about it. And that's in a couple of the other ones that they go into a little bit more detail. But I chose this one because it had Gary's picture on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically they told them they're gonna get sanctioned or whatever they called it. Hold on, you know what? Let me go look it up. Hold on 1 second, because I want to get the wording correct here. Where is it? Sorry. Right here. Court orders SEC to show cause why it should not be. You're seeing this, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why it should not be sanctioned. I was right, sanctioned for making false and misleading representations to the court. So, SEC versus Debtbox, and I'm not familiar with this particular case. I'm not gonna lie. But almost every single court that has dealt with the SEC in the last 3 years has called them out for lying. And that's true. That's 100% true. I mean, we saw that in the decision with regard to Grayscale, where they were like, well, you got ETF futures. What the hell are you? I mean, ETF futures, Bitcoin futures. And why would you not approve a spot Bitcoin ETF?
Yeah.
Bitcoin futures are more reckless than that. It's just crazy. And you know what? It's about damn time. I got no love for Gary Gensler. And again, for those who have watched my videos, you know, I think he's just following marching orders with regard to this administration and so on. But at the end of the day, my opinion is that this is a revolution. This is a movement. This is an industry that you may be able to regulate to some degree, but you're not going to do what you think you're going to do and control it. My opinion. What's your thought? You're looking at it from a different perspective than me. What do you think?
Yeah, it's true. There's always going to be like the general population when they start learning about crypto. Pretty much crypto is decentralized, like your own. Like if you don't own your own crypto, then you don't own it. Like, not your keys,
not your coins.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like cryptocurrency was made for like the user to own it and like not interfere with like government agencies, entities as well. So yeah, a lot of people try to bypass, especially for example, like the exchanges, IP addresses, like you're not able to use it. They always find ways to bypass it, especially like they really want it and they believe in it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah,
I mean, that's an older saying than me. Where there's a will, there's a way. I agree. And well, you know what? I don't know. It's part of what makes me do what I do. And you know, I don't know. I feel like at this point, this is the mission for me. To get this information out there. And, you know, people need to be able to consume accurate information because Lord knows a lot of what's out there is so wildly
skewed.
Yeah. off the reservation, as they say. You know what I mean? It's out there. And you know, and Greta, that video we watched a few minutes ago, is a great point of that. Here's the person who was like, that's bad. Oh, you know, and now it's like, oh, I read this interesting thing today. Yes, of course you did, because you went to a different source. And it's part of why I do what I do. It really, really is. And part of why I love this kind of venue. I mean, yeah, it was just me and you tonight, and I'm glad for that. But like, you know, to get people together to just, again, that's why I said, grab a drink, shoot shit, and just be like, you know, you got some random ass question. You got the input of everybody that's sitting here. You got the experience and the input of the crowd. And yeah, I know the crowd sometimes can go running off a cliff, but like, you know, I would like to think that the people who are right now in this space, you know, the people like you and I, we got somewhat of a level head, and we're looking at like our experiences to say, no, man, look at it this way, because this is the right way to look at it. I mean, I don't know. Again, it's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, my friends. You got anything else you want to throw out there other than that? I mean, I think our comments have died. If anybody else is still there, throw whatever comments you want. Yeah, no, last time was Tech Man. Yeah. Oops, sorry about that. See, I'm sitting here messing everything up. Anything you want to throw out? Don't forget, put out that information. So put that.
Yeah, it's all about perspective. You know, it's always to have a different mindset, like different viewpoint, or different. Different perspective, pretty much. So the more you ask, the more you also learn the different viewpoints of each individual. So better to know and then make your own decision at the final.
Well, right, because one size does not fit all. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. And you're right, because people need to take a look at what everybody's saying. So even just the two of us here today, you know, we're saying almost the same thing, but we're looking at it different. And you want to know what? That's okay, because then whoever's watching, because we still got some people watching here, they can, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But no, he's an idiot over there. That guy makes sense. You know, and that's okay, right? You got to find what works for you. Well, I appreciate you being here tonight. Thanks for joining in. It was really great to have you. Hopefully you'll join me every Friday. I am here every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, Eastern time? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I saw the. Thanks for having me. No, because I saw the notification on my YouTube dashboard.
Yes.
After I subscribed to your channel, and it said like notification for, I think it said 4 p.m. Yeah, Pacific time.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you're off on the West Coast, then yeah, I'm sorry. I tried to, again, I was hoping that this would be something that would go a little bit longer, so like it would slowly roll into other time zones kind of thing. And it has. I mean, all things being equal, we've been here about 2.5 hours here at this point, which is great. But I mean, and we got more people. Hell, I'll go to sleep. You guys can keep going yourselves. I don't give a shit. I think at this point where, like I said, that it looks like the comments pretty much die, we'll call it a night. I'll say thank you. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And like I said, appreciate you subscribing. I'm trying to get the channel up over 1,000 subscribers. So for anybody that is left, make sure you like this. Come on, like this video or live stream, excuse me. Subscribe, bell icon, click the all. If you haven't already done so, make sure you sign up to my email list. Link is in the description of this live stream. You'll get notified every time I go live there. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wrap it. Diego, you get the last word, brother, and then we're gonna call it a stream. So you're on. Whatever you want to say. Wrap it up.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, and look forward to the next live stream.
All right. Awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you. And thank you for everybody who voted. We'll be seeing you, for me, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern, for the next live stream. And don't forget, next Friday, Crypto on the Rocks, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right. Diego, thank you. Later, my friend.
Yeah.
Take care.
You too.